get out of this business mentality, okay? Podcast time, okay, guys?
I
Funny,
remember
True.
goofy
being in
time.
it.
Funny, goofy time, okay? We're gonna
Goofy
be
goober.
goofy goober. Alright. Well, just take it away, I guess, Reese, whenever you want to.
All
It's your
right.
episode.
Welcome back to episode 7 or 8. I
It's
don't remember.
8. It's 8, I think.
It's 8. All right, episode 8. Today we're gonna be talking about some of the books that we've loved to read and some of the books that we hate to read, and going on with some more fun stuff like that. But start off, I think George wanted to say something first.
Yeah. Before we start, I just want to, because I was editing our last episode, and so Discord added that whole soundboard feature. You know that? It doesn't show up in the recording. You know. So,
No.
so for
Rip
people
Rap.
who, yeah,
What?
we sound schizophrenic.
What?
Well, I was going to edit in all the things, but I thought it was funnier if like we just react to like nothing and it just makes no sense. I just wanted to point that out before we start this, so anyone who
Oh
watched the
my
last episode
gosh.
doesn't get confused. Like, yeah. So
That's so stupid. That's
yeah,
the
it is
one.
stupid.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
so sorry, audience. You had to miss out on all those really good gags, dude. It was so funny.
they just hear us like start saying like, "Oh, funny Brian," when there's nothing there.
That's the only funny thing I contributed last episode.
Yeah.
This is so stupid.
Okay, tell you what, play a sound effect right now, and I'll edit it in so
It's
the
not
audience gets the Brian
funny.
experience.
Not funny anymore. Whatever.
There, look, you're clapping. Wow.
What a good clap.
Yeah.
You're gonna put something stupid in.
No, I didn't. Okay. Now we can.
That's pretty funny.
Okay,
That's pretty-
books.
Yeah,
Books.
so books that you've loved to read. They could be a book series, and books that you've hated. Like you just absolutely could not get through them, or you just finished it and you're like, man, what a waste of time.
What a waste of time. Well, I mean, you know, I know we were like kind of like psychopathic and racist the last episode, but
Were we?
I love reading. I'm a very reading heavy guy. The first thing that comes to mind is Wave Kings. I like Wave Kings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know you've read it, haven't you, Reese?
Yeah,
Or is
I've read it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's good. I've read that like 3 times. I've read the first book 3 times. I've read
finished the
this.
series?
No, I know
What?
the 4th book came out a while ago. I never got to it, dude.
Bro, it's been like 3 or 4 years,
I
maybe even
know.
5 years.
It's not just Way of Kings. It's like anything, Brandon Sanderson related. I've just been reading the crap out of, dang it. I forgot the name. Elantris,
Ooh, the sequel's gonna come out.
Warbreaker. Wait, what? What's that?
They're doing a sequel to that,
Oh,
Elantris.
sick, dude. I love Elantris. It's one of my favorite books. I think that was like the first book I read of Brandon Sanderson too. So
Really?
maybe not though. I don't know. It might have been the second one because maybe I read Way of Kings first, but I don't know. But yeah, that's
I read
kind of
the what was the one with the chalk drawings?
the Arithmetist.
Yeah, that was the first one I read from him. I like that book.
Yeah, that one was sick. Too bad it kind of got forgotten. When did
Yeah,
it
he
come
said-
out? I'm gonna look that up right now.
He said he's gonna finish it, but I don't think he's going to.
Have you read anything Brandon Sanderson related?
Brian?
I don't think so.
Brian doesn't read.
I mean, he's like the best fantasy author, isn't he?
Yeah,
One of the best. Yeah,
definitely
for
one
sure.
of the best.
I don't think I've ever read anything from him.
Well, they're
Oh,
pretty
really?
big books. Yeah.
Yeah. I always mix up Brandon Mole and Brandon Sanderson.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Oh,
I did
that's
that all
another.
the time.
Yeah, Fablehaven, another really good series I read.
So
Yeah.
dope.
That's the first book series I ever read as a kid. That was the first one.
Goated, dude. It's a goated series.
Got it.
Goated.
Goated. I love that series. I remember I read like the first three, and when I got to the third one, I was like, oh man, this book is so dark. Like it's so gloomy. And then looking back, that was it's such a kid book.
It's still good though. It's still good.
I actually take that back. I have read one book from him, and it was actually I've started reading one book, and it was the Alcatraz and the Evil Librarians book.
Oh, those ones. Yeah, I
I
never read
haven't
any of
finished
those.
it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I want to finish it. I just don't know
Really?
why. I think my mom got me the book from it a while ago. It's probably in our house somewhere.
Mm.
I always I don't know. I was always a hater on those books. They always looked kind of dumb. But to be honest, I always thought they looked dumb because I thought the covers were stupid. So I was like, I'm not reading that book.
Yeah,
There is a very good phrase for someone like you, Reese.
an elitist.
No, no, something about book covers or something. I don't know.
Oh, a
An
racist.
elitist, okay?
I'm in nowhere with that, George.
Well, I mean, that was the first thing that popped up into my head, right?
The
Like,
first thing that popped up into your head was that he's an elitist and
well,
not
yeah,
that
it's like,
judging
oh,
books by its cover.
this looks like a kid's book. I would never read something such like peasantry, you know? I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's fair enough.
No, we all judge books by its cover, though. Like,
That's
you
Yeah,
can't
true.
tell me no one does that.
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
also kind of I think it's a stupid saying anyway, because like no one's gonna put on their cover like something that doesn't relate to the book. It's like the first thing you read before the summary, and so if you don't like the cover, you're probably not gonna like the book.
True. Do you guys read the book summaries? I never read them. I feel like they
Yeah,
spoil stuff.
they do spoil way too much, to be
yeah.
honest.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while since I've read a new book, though. You know?
Yeah, same.
Really?
Yeah, I need to get on that again, dude. The only things I've been reading recently is like crappy, like creepy pastas and like SCP stuff. I read a ton of
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
That's funny.
You've read it.
SCP is so
Have you
good.
read?
What?
How much have you got? Have you read any SCP or creepy pasta or whatever?
Not,
Uh,
I'm not heavy in the creepypastas too much, but SCP, yeah. What about you, Reese?
I'll be honest, creepy pasta seems kind of boring to me. It doesn't really creep me out. But SCPs, I want to get into them. The problem is I never really know where to look. I don't really put too much effort into trying to figure out where to look, but I probably
Yeah.
should.
You just look. That's it. Just there's one good YouTube channel, the Trigun, right? Isn't that his?
I
I
don't know.
think him and exploring series. They just do they like read like SCP and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you can just I listen to them when I'm working and stuff. You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's
I
pretty
feel
sweet.
like would you agree, Jorge, that most SCP stuff that isn't from the website, most of the stuff that's like either reviewing SCPs or making their own content is like kind of bad. None of it's really good.
I don't know. Also, it's not the Trigun, it's the Volgun. That's his channel name. Yeah.
Okay.
No, the Volgun. I really like his content. Cause he does like voice. He's like a voice actor, or some crap. So he like plays as a doctor, and like depending on what like he's talking about, like what age, he'll change his voice and stuff. It's pretty sick.
Like Johnny Simmons.
Wait, what?
Okay, moving on. I completely lost track of what I was saying.
I
No,
don't
but
know.
you were saying SCP content like outside of like the actual like written stuff is just bad.
It's I would say anything that is original content. So like there's nothing out right now that's original content where it takes SCP ideas and it makes something of their own. Anything that is related to that has always been like pretty bad.
Really? I think I would disagree. I remember. Were you there? When Grant showed us, he showed us. Man, it's been a while, but
I know what you're talking
The
about.
video?
That was SCP like, but it wasn't an SCP.
it was still like kind of what you're saying, where it's not coming from SCPs trying to be original, right?
No, what I'm saying is like content that takes SCP stuff and tries to weave a narrative with it. Because all a SCP is like how to contain it and stories about the thing, but no one really takes stories of like personnel and tries to make it into like a comic or something like that.
Have you seen that one animated series? What was it? Dude, I love that series too. The dude deleted his whole channel though, so that kind of sucks.
Have you
Are you
seen the
talking
last
about?
episode of that?
I did. I was about to bring it up, dude. What? I'm kind of glad he deleted his channel. He was. There's no
Wait,
way he was actually
Is
gonna
that the one
release
you were
that.
saying the guy went like full porno on this last
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh my, dude, I actually like that series too, and I
It
forgot
was so
about it.
good.
Yeah, I forgot about it because he like stopped making episodes, and then recently he deleted his channel. I was like, oh, what's that about? I read all the comments talking about the leaked episode. I look it up. Worst mistake. Do not look that up, dude. What was he thinking? I don't understand, dude. Oh my.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Wait, did you already tell Reese about that whole situation?
I told him a little bit about it, but not too much.
It's just, it's not good. Oh, wait, so you haven't seen anything, Reese?
No, I looked that up.
I mean,
It's so stupid, dude.
it is
Oh
just
my
retarded.
gosh.
You know what? You know what would be funny?
Link the
How about you
video.
look it up right now? We'll do a Reese live reaction on the pod right now.
Live reaction to a softcore porn.
Well, it's on YouTube, so like it doesn't show anything, but it's horrible, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's so annoying too because everything uploaded up until that point was so mellow. Like there was only mild gore, and then boom, immediately just like sexual
Out of
content.
nowhere.
It's like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I love how you, dude, and like the leaked episode too, even when you're watching it, the beginning is like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like he's trying to get this thing, and like people are like killing him, and oh wow, look at that. And then just halfway through, it just turns into like, what is going on? Like,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah, it sucks because people paid for that. That's like
Mm-hmm. Oh,
people should like I don't know. It's so I hate it so much.
yeah.
The train eater?
So no, it's
Uh,
let's see. Look up. Well, I mean, I don't know why you want to look it up, but
You're gonna do the live reaction. I didn't mean you don't
no.
have to
I'm
subject
not doing a
yourself to
live
that.
reaction.
I mean, I don't even want to say the name because I don't want anyone watching this to go watch it. Like,
True.
I don't want anyone to support that horrible decision.
Well, he deleted his whole channel, so they
That's
would
true.
just be watching a re-upload. It's not like they're supporting him at all.
That's
you
true.
know?
I did watch it from a re-upload, so
Yeah, I did too. Man,
He just got mad, right? Like he was just like pissed at something.
I think he got caught up in drama.
Yeah, no, I know that drama. I watched. I mean, I don't know if we really care about talking about some YouTube drama, you know.
No,
But
not really.
yeah, I'm not gonna go into specifics, but like his friend accused some guy, and then she lied, and then you know,
Yeah, it
Okay.
sucks.
and then he got sad. I guess I don't know. I don't know these people, so I'm not gonna, you know,
Yeah.
sit here and pretend I know. So
Oh, that's funny. Dang. Yeah, no, I'll have to check out SCPs then. Maybe
Yeah.
read up on them. It's just on the website, right?
Yeah. I mean, I
yeah,
don't know. I guess the best way to digest it would be through people like the Vulcan and stuff.
mhm,
Um,
yeah,
but what I was saying, Jorge, is like, um, most like most original content that uses SCP stuff is like. So yeah, do you know any of the games, any of the SCP games?
I used to play the multiplayer one, like with I'll just cut his name. And you know, I used to play
Right.
that. It was kind of cancer, but I
Yeah. So
loved it. It was
it's
fun.
like they're not
Yeah.
zero, like they have zero AAA quality. Besides, like the only thing I'm seeing right now on my SCP search is SCP Overlord.
Mm,
Which you are right. That's the thing
Oh,
Grant was showing us. It is SCP
yeah,
related.
that's right. And also, there's that game that's gonna come out. I follow that Instagram account. I think some of the guys have sent some memes from that account. They're making like a whole game. Dang it, I don't know why I brought it up because I don't even know what to tell you to look it up. But
Yeah, no, I
there's
follow them. I follow them.
oh, you follow, so you know the game I'm talking about. It looks
Yeah,
pretty good
yeah.
too.
Um,
Yeah.
but so far everything that's come out is kind of like passion projects or like, I mean, even with the Volgan, it's like he has a nice voice, but they're
Hmm.
not like
It's
they're
not. Oh,
nothing like yeah.
yeah. I see what you mean. Do you remember that one game we watched at your house too?
Yeah, yeah.
What was that all about too?
I like that game. That was fun.
Yeah,
That was
no.
yeah.
It was like
We both
Alien, but
jumped at
with
that.
what was that,
With
Reese?
Remember, me and George both jumped at him coming through the door.
well,
It was
it's because you didn't expect it. Yeah, in that video, he's getting chased, and then the thing just shows up, and the door just stops, and he just I don't know. It was unexpected. I remember that crap.
I think you guys both jumped and then I missed it and I was like, oh wait, what
Uh,
happened? Does it go back?
that
Right.
was
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, but even though that is such a good like it's a mod for a submarine game, right? Something
I have
like
I
that.
have
yeah,
no
I have no
idea.
idea.
It was
Yeah.
like an add-on, but it was still really well done, but it wasn't something I would buy.
Yeah, but do you think that comes down more to just personal preference? Like, do you buy a lot of horror games to begin with?
I don't think it's really personal preference. I think it was just like it just had a lack of content. It was like a demo.
Mm, I guess that's true. It was like a walking simulator, kind of,
But I am hyped. I think one of someone like Wendigoon is making an SCP series with like actors and stuff, and
Really?
they just barely hit their like GoFundMe goal. So
I think it was Wendigoon.
yeah,
Didn't
I'm
he make
pretty
Dang.
a
hyped for
YouTube
that.
video on it? Yeah, that was sick. Yeah.
Well, like I was like, before we like go back or change subjects if you want to, I want to talk about one SCP that I love so much.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
for
Uh,
it.
sure.
there is one SCP that in the lore of SCP, the database where they keep all of their files, it has been tampered with by someone on the O5 Council.
Mhm.
The O5 Council is basically like the overseeing democracy. Like they're the presidents, they're the leaders of the SCP Foundation, and they're like
Okay.
some people say they're anomalies themselves. Some people say they're immortal. But either way, they're very powerful people. And one scientist died. Uh, and through one means or another, the O5 Council like really needed information from him. Maybe it was the O5 Council. Either way, he gets revived, and he starts freaking out and starts telling everyone about the afterlife. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, this is terrible! Like everything you know about hell is wrong. It's like so much worse. Like an eternal damnation. It like doesn't begin to cover it." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy." But it turns out that just to cut it short, I guess.
You're fine.
Um, it's basically like, do you know what like a cognito hazard is?
Mhm. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What about you,
No,
Reese?
I have no idea.
It's where knowing the information is a danger in itself. Um, and so basically knowing the information about the afterlife, uh, it's like whatever you believe the afterlife is, that's the afterlife you get. So if you don't believe
Uh-huh.
into afterlife, you like cease to exist, you go into nothingness. But if you believe you're a horrible person and you're gonna get tortured for all eternity, that's what you're gonna get. And so he comes back and he starts telling everybody, and like he puts it down into this file, and he's like completely going against code. And the O5 Council is like trying to look for him or something, and he's forcing this like secretary to write everything down he's saying. And she's like, "We can't lock the O5 Council out, uh, but we need to bypass all this stuff." So he puts it into this file, uh, submits it, and then like he somehow locks the O5 Council out of the the file so they can't alter it or delete it. And the reason why this is so terrible is because his afterlife was like the worst thing you could ever imagine. And so if people read the file, like this cognito hazard will spread to the entire facility, and everyone who dies will get this horrible afterlife.
Yeah.
So basically, to work around this file getting stuck in the database as like SCP-1453 or whatever, the O5 Council basically rewrites it so it changes the link every millisecond, so no one can click on it. But once you go to the SCP Foundation website, like the IRL one, it's just constantly changing in the same spot. And I thought that was just such a cool, like, it's so cool that this in the lore type thing affects like the IRL website, and I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. I love SCPs
What?
that do that. Yeah.
So like, if I look it up right now, the link will keep changing.
Yeah, if you look it up right now, the link will stay the same, but the user, like the title for it, will keep changing. The numbers will be SCP dash changing forever.
That's cool. Are
Yeah,
they all written by different people, or is it all by the same person?
No,
Different people.
Yeah. If one person wrote all the SCP stuff, dude, they're kind of crazy because there's like a ton of SCP.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the whole thing with SCP is it's just like a community, like creative writing project, basically.
Mhm.
Or that's what they tell you, you know. They don't
I
want you to
wish-
know the truth.
I wish it was a little group of people who had the same vision, because there are some stupid SCPs out there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing about the SCP really is the more you read, there's some rules that you just have to come up with in your head. Like, oh yeah, like I remember watching Wendigoons. Like he made a iceberg video, and his advice was just like, just create your own canon, and if there's like an SCP that goes against it, it just doesn't exist. That's all you have to say.
Yeah.
You know, that's basically
Interesting.
what you do when you like read SCP stuff. You know.
It's
So,
yeah, though. I love some of the there's one SCP that's like horrible to talk about. It's basically a real person, but the SCP is the baby inside of her because she's pregnant.
oh, isn't that the one with like the Scarlet King or
Yeah,
whatever?
exactly.
Yeah.
The 7 brides and stuff. It's
Yeah.
so dope. And then there's this one procedure that makes sure that this SCP can't be birthed, and it's called like I don't know, like procedure Montauk or something. And it's just this absolutely horrible. You don't want to talk about it, but it turns out in actuality, the thought itself that everyone thinks this poor girl is getting like brutalized is enough to keep this eldritch god away. And I was like, oh, that's so cool.
Nope. Nope. I like to think she's getting brutally tortured.
No one can hear this. No one can hear these sad crickets. Okay.
That's the only thing with SCP is that there's just so much of it. It's kind of hard to like have a coherent like conversation. Like Reese probably has no idea what's going on right now. Like,
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's
it's just-
okay.
I don't know. Yeah, the Scarlet King and all that stuff. I think my favorite part about him is how he just like shows up in all these different SCPs, you know? Like
Mhm.
since it's a creative writing project, you can really incorporate whatever you want into it. Like there I don't know, there was this one example that I thought was really cool. It was like one SCP where they like found a bunker underground next to their facility and they don't remember building the facility or the bunker, and they
Oh,
find like some dead guy. You know that one,
I
right?
remember Wendigoon talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about probably. Where like yeah, basically the dude doesn't exist. They don't know who this guy is, but he's like he's like a SCP scientist who worked for them. But they like put his name in the data bank so he doesn't exist. And basically he was it like a recorder or just like a note? I don't know. But like basically he was just getting tortured by some creature who was just
Mhm.
like every single thing was just going wrong. And it was kind of interesting because it was tied into a completely different SCP, which was like that kid who has like basically the powers of God, and they had to like convince the kid that he was just a wizard who could only do spells from a book.
Yeah.
you know. And then at the end of that story, he realizes he's like basically God, and he starts like killing people, and they get him to like kill himself. And basically,
Oh.
it's tied into the other dude because I
Yeah.
think the kid erased himself, but he still existed, and he basically got pissed off at this one specific scientist, and like, and then that's what happened. But I just like it because it's kind of like, oh, they're two different things, but they're connected, and I don't know. I just
Yeah,
thought that was
no,
interesting.
I like that. I like how the universe sometimes feels connected, where it's not just like, look at this one thing. Oh, look at this other thing. It's like they're actually interacting in some way, which is
Hmm.
better than one-offs.
Yeah. I mean,
Hmm.
I like one-offs though. Have you read any of like the alternate universe ones? I like reading those ones.
Uh, the only alternate universe. I actually don't know if this would be an alternate universe where it's basically the concrete peanut dude, SCP-173, I think
Oh,
it
the
is.
one where he can duplicate himself or whatever?
Yeah, he just destroys
Yeah.
the entire world.
I like those ones. Like the expedition where they just like write a whole expedition. Like there was that one. There's two that come to mind. There's do you know the what man, that's the only issue is I can't memorize all these numbers, dude. Every SCP
Yeah.
like
It's
5209. I'm
literally
not gonna
just numbers. There's no
yeah,
names for these things.
That's a rip.
sometimes. The one I'm thinking of is his name, it's like the Long Man. You know that one where you like
Ah, no.
his victims, he basically like his victims when they break their bone, the bone grows, so like his victims are just like super elongated monsters, and they find
What
like a
the?
hole. Yeah,
What
they
the
find a
heck?
hole in the ground, and they send a guy down there, and it's basically like it's like it's some town in England. There's this monster, it's like a
Worst.
ghost who's been killing people for every 40 years. He kills people, and they find a hole, and when they go down the hole and they come out, it's the town again, except it's like a cell structure, right? So it's like it's the town, and then when you leave the town, you go into another town. It looks exactly the same, right?
Huh.
And
Creepy.
basically, the whole SCP is just them describing expeditions where they send a D class and what he went through, and then they send like this elite chick with her dog in there, and it just talks about what she went through, and it's I don't want to spoil it because it's really good. I really liked it, and the other
Mhm.
one I really like is I think this one SCP 4000, isn't it? Something like that, and it's
Is it the sea amulet
no,
or
no.
oh,
It's the one where they find a suit in one of the SCP rooms. It's that one SCP where you can't talk about it or something. I don't know what it is, but they find a suit in there, and it has like logs onto it, and it's basically a suit that makes you um no one can acknowledge you, right? So you turn it on, you're not invisible, but it's just like no one like well, I guess no, you just turn invisible, I guess. I don't know. But like basically it's broken, but it has like logs on it, and basically the whole premise is that the suit is from an I don't know if like another dimension or some crap like that, where basically the O5 council, they went and did some tests, and basically it whatever they discovered, they it made them come with the conclusion that they have to kill every human on Earth. So they release all the SCPs out into the world, and it's basically this guy who uh, avoided getting executed because he was trying on the suit, and they came in and executed all of his scientist friends. But he had the suit on, so they didn't know he was there. And it's just him walking through the world, like watching the news and seeing everything, and just like
Oh, that
all
sounds
these.
sick.
yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds dope.
What's
yeah,
it
and
called?
it's SCP 4000, I think. I won't spoil it, but it's like it's such a good, like, I don't know. I think it's
Yeah.
SCP 4000. Is
As
it this
far
one?
as short stories go, I think SCP has like some of the most creative writers. There's
Mm-hmm.
some bad
100%.
ones, but there are a lot of good stories in there.
Yeah.
Is it
Dang.
called Taboo?
No, no. I'll look it up. I'll tell you guys afterwards.
Okay.
But
Yeah, you need
yeah,
to. I want to read that one. That one sounds sick.
it's so good, dude. It's so good. Anyways, I think Well, maybe we should go back to a topic Reese actually knows. Maybe.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. SCPs are interesting. I just know nothing about them.
Yeah.
Is the rip. I think the only one I ever learned some is like the one about the sun or whatever. You know, like you can't go out in the sun and it kills you or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I don't know what that one's called. When day
That's
breaks.
yeah.
Yeah,
When
when
day
day
breaks.
breaks.
But that's the 01 SCP. So it's like a unique one. You
Yeah.
know the whole thing with 01, right, Brian?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's like
It is.
multiple
It
and
is a 0-1. Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, it's a 01. Yeah.
What does that
That's a
mean?
whole other. So basically, um, the whole thing with 01, I guess they didn't want to show favoritism, I guess. So they just made 01. It's a special SCP kind of thing, where basically in the context of the lore, this SCP is like so not evil, but like it's just very important to keep its existence hidden, right? So what they do is that they still put it in, but they put a bunch of other files in of SCPs that don't exist, you know? And
Mhm.
so basically there's multiple 01s, right? So there's like the factory is 101, the archangel who's protecting the Garden of Eden, he's
Yeah.
another 01. There's the prototype, which is like a prototype human that they found. He's a 01. So basically, all the 01s, one of them exists and the other ones don't. Though there's like
Okay.
some evidence to show that maybe they all exist or none of them exist. Like it's just, it's
Mhm.
one of those
There's
things.
some
But
weird lore around this stuff. That's wild.
yeah, it's so cool though. I love it. You know, I want to
Yeah.
write. I want to write an SCP. The only issue
Why don't
is,
you?
yeah, the only issue is I'm lazy, first of all.
Oh.
And also, I feel like every good idea I have is like, oh, isn't that way too similar to this one? And it's just like, oh, dang. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, SCP, so many people have written so many cool things, and it's just kind of like, dang, like, what do you do? Do you even try to stand out? Or, like, what do you even do? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm going to write one.
You can't really make like what is it, 8,000 SCPs and have all of them be unique.
That's true, yeah. I mean, I think if I ever write an SCP, it's gonna be one of those like the expedition ones I was telling you, where it's
Oh,
just like,
really?
yeah, people going into another expedition one I really like is the Flesh That Hates, where they send all those like guys into the it's like
The
some
red
town in
pool. Oh
the
no,
Red Pool. That's another one, yeah, another
there's a lot of good
expedition one.
ones.
Yeah, I love reading those ones. So I think if I were to write one, it would be something like that,
I mean, Brian, you're gonna do like a comic book about them, right?
Yeah, I really wanted to make an SCP comic. That's why my gripe with making your own canon is that no one's made a really good canon that's high quality because they
Mm,
don't have the resources or the time. So that's kind of the problem with my thing because I don't have the resources or the time either. So
well,
Gotcha.
you're stupid then. Screw you. I can't believe you thought you could make a comic then. I hate
there's
you.
What's
another.
Annex?
What was that?
What's Annex? Because I've seen some like short stories from like this place called like Annex or whatever, and it looks similar to SCPs.
Oh,
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
You
Yeah.
know, okay. I was wondering if you guys would know.
Nope.
There's I'll look into that because that sounds fun. If anything like SCP, like the back rooms, they're just pretty interesting to me.
Yeah. The back rooms kind of got a little bloated after. Like it's just kind of.
Oh, is it getting taken over by weird stuff?
Well, I don't know. I think the thing that just kind of put me off was just kind of like I see all these YouTube shorts where it's like, oh, if you go down 2 levels, you'll go on this level. But then if you go through this house or something, then you'll go here. And it's like, what?
I
Like
kind of
I
I
don't know.
kind of like that stuff.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Where it's
The
like a
only issue,
deep labyrinth. I like that idea.
I like it to a degree. It just feels like some of them were just like, I like the liminal space, and some of them just kind of, ditch that. I was
Maybe
kind
I
of
don't
like,
know too much about the level, so I bet
yeah.
there's some stupid ones.
I mean, I only saw it from like YouTube Shorts or something, so I
Yeah,
don't know.
maybe
I don't know what I'm talking
YouTube
about.
Shorts is kind of
Yeah. Maybe
I've
that.
seen some crazy stuff on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. They got some weird stuff on there.
There's where is it? There was one expedition, SCP, where it's called the Red Sea Object. It's actually a really early on one. It's 093.
Mm.
And it's basically, I actually don't remember. I just know it's really cool. That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Wow.
it.
Great job, Brian.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't remember really anything about it.
Yeah, I always think I'd probably get really into SCP because like I love like the X Files and stuff like that. So I feel like SCP is kind of similar, maybe not exactly the same, but like I feel like I get into it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's goated, dude.
Yeah, it's like a great version of like found footage where you're discovering other people's experiences through like these like horrible first person type narratives. And that's pretty dang cool to be.
Yeah. Like what's that one SCP? There was, because now we just keep talking about it, and ones I've read just keep popping up into my head. Like there's that one where you go into the cave and you come out, and it's like the same way you came in, but it's like the cave is like a way through to different alternate universes, and basically when you come out, you like kill everyone in that universe or whatever. Have you
Yeah.
seen that one?
What?
It's either you
Yeah.
kill everyone in that universe or you kill. No, it is that universe, right?
Yeah. So the dude couldn't come back because he realized that, and he was like, "Oh crap!" Because yeah, that's what happened. Is that he found a dead body of himself, and that version of him basically explained that he went through, killed this universe, and then went back, and basically everyone from his universe died. Because he's been breathing air from this other universe, so technically he brought a part of the other universe back to his, and he came back to warn any other versions of himself to be like, hey, you're kind of screwed. You can't go back unless you want to kill all your loved ones, basically. And basically that guy found a way to send a
To
warning to his
break the
universe.
loop.
Yeah, to break the loop. So they put like concrete on the entrance cave, so
Huh.
no one can go in there
Interesting.
anymore. Yeah. There's a lot of those that are really dope. I like the ones where the D class do really well, because everyone just expects them to die, and
That's why SCP Confinement is so dope. It's a D class
Yeah.
that has a special anomaly. And then he just starts having sex with people at the end of it. Oh, it's so stupid. What a stupid
Ah,
ending.
I
Oh,
know.
Oh my
very.
gosh.
Do you think someone could take it over? It's not like it's copyrighted, right?
That's true. SCP
Someone
is
could just,
free work or whatever.
yeah.
It's
I
open
don't know if,
source.
well, and even the guy who made it, even if like his creations, because the main character Connor is his creation, right? It's not, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that is an original character.
Yeah. Well, I think he doesn't care anymore since he blasted himself off the internet. So
Yeah. I'm
yeah, someone
sure.
take it over. Someone take it
Yeah.
over. Come on.
I'm sure you could have like a battle of lawsuits if he got angry. It's like, oh well, you did this. Oh well, you promised this to your Patreons. Yada yada.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the only thing you would really need to do is just show that leaked episode in court, and I think he'll back down.
Your Honor, look at this.
This guy drew this. Can you believe that? Like, you really want this guy to win this case right now?
Yeah, that'd be such an easy dub.
Yeah.
Got him up quick.
We got railroaded so hard.
For real, this is supposed to be our book episode, dude. And
I'm pretty
okay,
sure there's some SCP books. I love SCP books. It's work of
yeah,
literature.
yeah. I mean, it's not
Really?
super off topic. Yeah, there SCP's literature is out there somewhere.
Oh yeah. It. If they're books, are they just trying to form their own lore then, or are
I
they
think
taking other
so.
people's stuff?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. So.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I really would want to do is like make your own lore and put it into a book. I mean, that's why I mean authors. I feel like there's some authors that like low key suck. I mean, obviously,
Low
but there's
key,
some
yeah.
that like
who?
shoot. I mean, there's a reason why there's no good books out right now because everyone's out
True.
of ideas.
Yeah.
I've
I
not
have
heard of
no
a big
evidence.
series.
Yeah, no, you just making claims that.
I mean, what good series or books that come out recently that have been like, I don't know, like there's no Percy Jackson's style of
Yeah,
books coming out.
you're right. There's really not a lot.
Maybe we just grew out of it, you guys. Who knows?
That's true.
Nah,
We're not in a circle of people who discuss books.
Mm-hmm. There. Well, if we can go back to the book thing, there was a. Well, I don't even know if this is a new book because I remember, like 2 years ago, I was like, dude, all I read is just Brandon Sanderson and like anything fantasy related. So I wanted to read a new book. And of course, this new book is still fantasy related, but it was really
uh,
good. Yeah, have you heard of The Blade Itself? I love that book, dude.
No.
the blade itself.
Uh-huh. It's like a grim dark, so everyone kind of sucks, but it's not like grim dark in like the cringy way, where it's like, oh, I kill everyone and like like
I'm so
oh like
edgy.
yeah, like an innocent woman is in my way, I cut her down. Like that's just retarded grim dark. To be like a loser for no reason and oh dang, it's so edgy and dark. Like it's more of just like a realistic grimdark where it's just like everyone sucks but like in an understandable way, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And
Is it like
I don't
a
know.
Berserk kind of book or something? Like,
Nah, not really, no, I wouldn't say that. Because it's just it's I mean, to really explain everything I would have to spoil it, but so I don't want to do that. But it's more of just like every situation's crappy, the outcomes are like good but like not your lovey-dovey, like, you know what I mean, like your everyone went out and lived a happy life, like, it's kind of like I don't know, it's just grimdark. It was really good. um Actually, one of the when we used to play D&D, I remember I wanted to DM a game where I just basically read the book and you guys would start where the book starts. I
That's
remember
such a
doing that.
good
interesting.
idea. You should do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should
Well,
do
DM
it for
George.
free and DM for everyone, and then have faith in your campaigns, man.
yeah, I will have faith in my camp. That's another thing. What we should bring that up probably on another episode, but yeah, there's a reason why I say D&D past tense. Like we don't do that anymore. You
Yeah.
know,
It's just hard to be like,
it really is, dude.
it's hard to be hopeful with this group.
Maybe when we introduce everyone else, the audience will know. They will
Yeah,
understand.
they'll understand. I
They'll
like
understand.
because Grant really wants to do D&D again. Uh
Yeah.
and so I want to bring up to him like, how about you DM for once, and then we'll
No,
completely disregard
no
anything
one
you
Yeah.
would
do.
ever, no one would ever do that. No one would ever
Yeah.
DM unless it was one of us.
Yeah, it's rough because like, why do you expect us to put in the work, man? You do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I still can't get over Drew's whole thing though. Oh, you're a nice paladin. I made this character for you. Do you want to do anything? I can change it for you. Like, no, it's all good. And then he turns into a psychopath.
I
For
kill
no.
her. I
Yeah.
torture her for information.
It was so stupid. Man, I don't know. We need to try again though. But just smaller group, please.
We need Grant to DM, man.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That'd be really funny.
And then we can be actually good participants, and then it'll be a good experience for everybody.
Yeah. And then he will not do the same for us and we'll get burned out again. Yep.
We need to feed Drew his ADHD pills, and we need to take everyone's phones away.
True,
Real.
phones away would be a big one.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't work though. Talmadge is just gonna be like still retarded about everything.
He's gonna be staring at a wall, and then we're gonna go, all right, your turn. Talmadge just goes, huh?
He's gonna be staring at a wall unless it's a perfect opportunity to say some dumb one-liner like "I pull up," like some crap. Like that was so stupid. Uh,
Turn into
It's
public
oh my
complaining.
gosh.
in hindsight, it's hilarious, but at the time, I really wanted to kill him. I was like so done with that whole thing. But
Because there's so many stupid references that we can all say, but we don't usually say them. But Talmadge always says them.
yeah, like goated.
Mhm.
I think he's the reason why that's even in my vocabulary. You know, goated.
You look out across the pastures and see some goats. Goats? Goated? Goated? Mid? Goated?
Goated. Anyways, I
What were we
did
talking
notice.
about?
Yeah. Okay, when you brought up this subject, you did talk about books you hate reading. I was wondering, Reese, if like, do you have anything in mind when you like said that? Was there like a specific book where you were like, "Oh, I hope to talk about this thing because I hate
Um,
this thing."
I mean, I don't hate that many books I've read, but I think I can't remember. Maybe it was Bryant who read this series. I can't remember, but actually, it might have been Drew. I hate the series of unfortunate events. I think that is the dumbest book
Oh,
series ever written.
we talked about that. Last time we talked about it, though, it was with the context that I read those and I liked them very much.
Oh, you like them?
Yeah, don't you
How?
remember? We've already talked about this when we talked about it at Brian's house. I like them because it's just like, don't you remember we had a whole discussion where it's like perseverance and like, it's not like horrible things happen and
I
it's
swear
just
it's
like,
because you liked it because you just like seeing people in pain. I swear that's why you said you liked it or
oh,
something.
no, I did not say that to you. Okay, I'm not a psychopath. Let me be clear, okay?
Books don't
The,
influence
the
people.
episode, the last episode is gonna be there was some voices, and grenade thrown at people was mentioned, but that was all in the past. I swear, I don't want to be the
You are
psychopath.
a
Okay,
changed person.
I'm a changed person. Okay, it was all said in jest. Okay, I don't want that to be my character on this podcast where it's like, oh, Jorge kills people in his backyard.
We're gonna do a true crime podcast one of these days, and we're gonna ask you, the professional, for help.
The professional. Yeah,
George knows how to kill people.
yeah, I know how to kill people. Yep. Well, Reese, how long has it been since you've even read any of those books?
I don't know. Probably like 12, 13 years.
Yeah, I will say that it's been a long time since I've read them too. Like same kind of, you know,
Yeah,
like
so I'm
time
right.
period.
They are dumb.
No, I'm just saying there is a possibility that my nostalgia, because I was nostalgic about those books.
Did you
I
like
remember
the Netflix series then?
the Netflix series, no, but the movie that came out with I think Jim
Oh
Carrey was in it.
man.
I remember liking that one a lot. I always wanted to watch it. But granted, again, I don't know what the consensus is if it sucks. I was a kid when I wanted to watch it, so who knows? Maybe it's actually horrible. I'm never gonna watch it just in case it is, because I'd rather have all the good memories. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, so that's really the only book series you kind of dislike, or book.
Um, I'm sure there's tons of others, but usually like I can tell pretty quick if I'm gonna like a book or not. So I don't put much time into it if I know I'm not gonna like it.
Hmm.
Do you think you've read more books than you've started? Like, that you've tried?
Like finished more books than I've not finished.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh yeah, easily. I
Yeah.
very rarely don't finish a book. At the same time, I'm not picking up like new books all the time. Usually, I read like a couple new books a year. Most of the time, I'm just rereading because I own them.
Mm-hmm.
My English teacher, my 2010 English teacher, she always talked. She was very smart. To be a college professor, you have to be very smart anyway. But she was like exceptionally linguistically talented. But
Uh,
she talked about so many books and then had to like backpedal a bit by saying, "Oh, by the way, I never finished it."
really?
So she is 100% started more books than she's ever finished, and I'm just like, I don't know how you can do that
Yeah.
unless you're reading a new book like every week. Like, I don't know. I'm not that picky, I would think, or I'm a
Well,
better judge of character.
maybe she's
Yeah.
like reading summaries or some crap. Who
That's
knows?
true. She's
Or she's just
also an actual English teacher, we do not read for a living, so
Yeah. Well, unless it's
True.
SCP stuff,
that's true.
I could do a class about SCP,
That'd
probably.
be dope.
Professor
That'd be
Jorge
pretty
just up on,
cool.
Today we'll be
Today,
talking
guys.
about which 01 SCP is actually real, guys. Okay?
Then they'll throw
that'd be
tomatoes at you. They
Yeah,
would boo you off the stage.
it'd kill me.
Do you guys not have any books that you don't like?
Well,
Um,
I want to hear if Brian, because there is one book in particular I have, but I want to hear if Brian has any first.
so oh shoot, there's a lot of books I've read that I've liked. I don't think I've ever finished a book that I didn't like. That's hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to force yourself to do something you don't like. But like, yeah, I mean, the obvious answer, that one that I complain about the most, is Five Kingdoms. Not because it's a bad book, but because the whole book I loved so much, and the ending was just like mediocre, and so it kind of just plummeted the whole thing for me. Still a good book. I love that series, but like, what a crappy ending.
Yeah.
Very similar to how I feel. You know the Scythe books?
No.
Do you know the Scythe books?
How do you spell it?
Scythe? How do you spell Scythe? Just
Like the blade?
yeah, the blade. Yeah, just the Scythe.
Is
Let me
this
look
the
at the.
demon, like death basically, but for people? People are the death.
Yeah, it's the one where like society has advanced to the point where humanity has advanced to the point where they like can't die basically. And
Oh.
so
This is
like
a
you
new
can
book.
yeah, you can basically like someone can like I'm pretty sure. Now keep in mind, I think I read this book. It's got to be like 3 years ago now. So maybe I'm saying stuff wrong, and but whatever, who cares? So basically,
Oh,
it's like
dang.
you can get like shotgunned in the face and just die, like everything's over, and then they can just revive you, and you're fine. You know. So basically, the whole thing is that they obviously people can't die, and that's kind of an issue when it comes to overpopulation. So they have a system where people are just marked for death, and there's a specific group of people. They're basically like a sect, like like firemen or something like that. They're just called side stuff, and they go and they kill those people. And basically, there's this AI called the Thunderhead, and that's the thing that revives everyone. And when someone's killed by a scythe, the AI knows not to revive that person. And it just burns the body, because fire is the only way to permanently kill someone in this world. That's the only way. So it just burns the body. And the first and second book, I love those books. I really like them. The second one was like okay, but the first one, I love the concept. I mean, I don't know if we really want to go into like a whole summary, because the issue I have is with the third book. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know what happened.
Why?
It's so bad. Now, okay, again, let me preface this. I read halfway through the book and I couldn't finish it. I just couldn't.
Oh.
My brother though finished the book, and he told me. He told me what happened. And
Oh, that
basically,
sucks.
what he's told me, I'm glad I didn't finish the book, because that seems like the dumbest ending I think I've ever seen or heard in my entire life. It was so bad when he was explaining it to me. Because again, I'd read halfway through, so I was kind of like, okay, I was kind of curious to see how they would, like, what was the whole point with this setup. And then it's just like he told me the punchline, or the payoff, and it's just like, what? Like, why? Like, basically, it was so stupid. I don't know if you guys care about spoilers. Maybe it's good. The first two books are good.
Just don't spoil the first two books, and I'll be fine.
Well, it's kind of okay. I guess I can.
Nah, I don't
mean,
care. I haven't read anything in
you
like
don't care.
5 years. So.
Okay, I'll try doing my best to just spoil the third one. So basically, the antagonist was set up and he just kind of dies. Like no one did anything to him. Like it's so stupid like how he dies. And keep in mind he's kind of been the whole like the first book didn't focus on him too much, but the second book that it was all about this guy. Basically, second book, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's just it was setting him up to be something, right? And
Okay.
the second book ends and you're like, "Oh crap, this guy has just come to power basically." You know, this
Okay.
guy's
He's setting
Hitler.
him up as like, oh, wait, what?
This guy's Hitler, basically. Dude.
Oh,
He straight up
okay.
is, because he's a scythe who wants to torture people. That you know, that's his whole thing. Is that like, oh, this is something that we should be able to do. We should be able to torture people before they die, and like, just do horrible things to people, and also kill as many people as we want. We shouldn't be able. We shouldn't have to like bow down to some algorithm. That's basically his whole thing. Horrible person.
No wonder
And
you
then
like him.
no wonder I love him. Yeah, no, but and he basically there's some crap. The AI turns into a character, which was interesting, but like didn't pay off in my opinion. It was just stupid. And basically,
Was it a
they're
girl?
making no,
Oh, okay.
they're making rockets. Okay, the AI is making rockets. And basically the AI did some horrible stuff for no reason. Like it's just like why would he do those horrible things? Like it's so hard to explain without actually having like without anyways, basically the bad guy just checks out this place and his plane goes down and he dies. Like that's it.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Like a
his
The
plane
Hitler
crash.
dude?
yeah, the Hitler dude basically. He goes to check out. Keep in mind if he had just stayed home, nothing would happen. He would have been in power. Like the good guys didn't go over there and stop him. Basically, the good guys were trying to get away off the planet, and he's like, "Huh, what are they doing over there?" And he goes over there, and his plane crashes, and he dies. And then that, yeah, yep, that's the bad guy. He's
That's
just
it.
dead now. It's like what? Like it was
That's so
so
dumb.
yeah, it was so stupid. Again, I have to preface this read the book 3 years ago, and then also the information I have about the ending is secondhand. So,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Mhm.
it's just kind of like maybe it's still good. Who knows? Maybe like some dude in the comments. Hopefully, in the comments, please. Can you explain why I'm wrong? I would love a
Please
comment.
comment. Please comment. Please.
Please.
Like,
Like and subscribe
like and
and comment
subscribe.
down below. By the way, that author, he made Unwind, by the way.
Unwind.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I really liked Unwind. You guys you
Yeah,
guys had to read that, right?
yeah.
I read
Everyone.
it after you guys talked about it.
I remember everyone in school crapping on it, and I was like, dude,
Yeah.
this is good. What are you talking about? Like, this
I
is
think
actually
they
really
just
good.
crapped on it because you have to read it. Like
Yeah, it was, required
It was
reading,
an
I guess.
alright series. I like a book. I didn't love it, but it wasn't that bad.
I always wanted to read the second book, but I never got around to it. You know?
I hear
Is there
that
a
one's
second one?
kind of bad.
Really? That one's kind of bad?
Yeah.
I want to read it though. Don't spoil it. I'm
I
gonna read it.
haven't read it either. I just have that's what I've heard.
Oh yeah, this is if you guys at home didn't know, this is basically our gimmick. We just call things bad without really knowing about anything.
Well, that's what I heard. Okay, I
Like,
don't. My favorite part from the Unwind series is when the rapist bully guy is getting unwound.
yeah,
And it's such an abstract thought to think about getting taken apart piece by piece,
but you're
but
still
in a
alive.
way, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So cool. I mean, not cool. Don't do
Not
that to
cool.
me.
Yeah.
Cool idea. Government, don't get
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
ideas.
Or the
That-
part that one part where the parents bring all those people who have all the different like parts of their kid or
Yeah,
whatever.
that
That
was
part was
creepy.
so sick too. It was creepy, but it was wholesome, dude.
It was
Kind of
wholesome,
wholesome. Reddit
but
wholesome moment. Yeah.
That was just
imagine,
weird. I thought it was
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
It
It's
was
so
it was
weird.
sad. It was sad, but like I kind of was like, dang. Like that's like
Imagine the abstract idea of your son together and thousands of strangers, and they
yeah.
all start crying.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, now when you describe it like that, it sounds more like a creepy pasta than like
It is
wholesome
very
Reddit
wholesome.
moment.
It's extremely wholesome the way they describe it, because this guy gave thousands of people hope. But at the same time, he's dead and like scattered across
Wasn't he
the
a
wind.
bad guy?
No, I think the son was pretty cool. I
Oh,
don't
the
remember,
son.
though.
Oh yeah, the son.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not the rapist. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways,
That
I
was a
don't
good
know.
series. Okay, so George, was the Scythe the book you were saying you didn't like?
Well, again, first 2 books, read it, really good. I remember them being really good. The first book, I love the first book. The second book, still good, still good. Third book, I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what went wrong. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what happened there. But yeah, if you want to read the first and second, go for it. Who knows? Maybe the third one is really good too, and I just too narrow-minded. Who knows? Or maybe it's horrible. Like I said, I think it's horrible. I don't want to give it a chance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was still surprised at like the Bryant's like the Five Kingdom or whatever, because like Brandon Mole usually has pretty good endings to his book series, but like Five Kingdoms was just astonishingly bad.
Hmm. I always saw people reading that one. I remember. Oh, this is kind of a long time ago. Did you guys ever interact with? I'll say his name. I'll cut it out.
That guy was a weirdo.
Not. I just said his name. I realize who I'm talking about. No. Just dang it, I
Are you
forgot
talking
his
about the
other
Thomas and
name.
Grant's friend?
Yeah. Did you guys interact with him at all?
Yeah.
You did. Yeah,
Weirdo.
I remember. I I, I think I remember. I think it was him. I remember we were in the library once, and he was reading Five Kingdoms, and I remember like some crap where he joked about reading the last page and spoiling it to himself. But like a retard, he actually flipped to the last page and he read it and he closed the book and he's like, "Crap! I just spoiled that." Like it
Oh
was
my
it was
gosh.
really funny. That's the only memory I have of Five Kingdoms. It's just him doing that to himself. You know?
What a goofy little guy. He tried to call me
Yeah.
Hermione the entire 8th grade.
What?
Oh, weirdo.
That is a weird thing to
That
do.
was but I'm not gonna lie, it kind of fit you in that 8th grade. It
Well,
really
you
did.
did not know me in 8th grade, George.
Yeah, we were in the same computer class, remember?
We were?
And crap, I forget her name. You know where we like
Oh,
coded on raspberries
I
and
was a
stuff?
funny kid in that
You were
class. I
such
was
a
not.
loser,
No,
though.
no, no.
You were such
I
a
was
loser.
funny in that class, George. I don't
You
want to
were
hear it from
okay,
you.
you were funny, but like hindsight, we can realize that you didn't know you were being funny.
No,
Okay?
but I was still being
Yeah,
funny.
hindsight. No, no, no. Dude, I remember thinking you were so cool, and then we talked to you, and we were like, this guy does not know anything. It was just like, we had to explain to you basic biology in high school. Like, it was like,
Not.
it was crazy.
Speaking of classes with Reese, I never had any of those in junior high.
I hate Bryant. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
It was
That
in
was
that
funny.
class he tried to call me Hermione. Oh, wild. What a wild kid.
He was in the English
Yeah.
class with us?
Yeah.
What a weirdo.
I had a lot of friends in that class.
I have good memories of him. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, well, you're a weirdo too.
Yeah,
Get
you're
outta
a
here.
loser.
The ending for Five Kingdoms, I feel like it would be it could be so good if it was like a selfless act, but like instead it's kind of I don't want to really spoil it for anyone listening, I mean, but like it could have been so good. At least dangle a carrot in front of our face. Yeah, I can't really say more than that without spoiling everything, but like he could have done something better.
Yeah, it was just such a
Yeah.
weird, abrupt ending.
Yeah.
If it was me, I would have written it better.
Yeah.
100%.
No, everyone would have died in the ending if you wrote it.
Yeah, grenade thrown at them while they're celebrating.
We did it! We did it! What's that?
Who threw that?
George so would write a book like that.
Yep, I totally would, you guys. That's totally me.
He's
Uh-huh.
trying to mitigate reactions right now, but he's 100% a psychopath.
I made that joke like 4 years ago.
Was
Dude.
it a
I can't
joke?
believe
It
it was
not
a joke. It was a joke. Okay, I
I
can bring up some moments of yours, Brian. Okay.
I'm not denying
You
I'm a
want me to bring up?
little loopy.
Remember the McDonald's parking lot where we have that quote? Crap, what was that quote? You remember the quote, right?
The
No,
proof
no.
I'm never
says,
gonna say. It
I'm
went
never
something
gonna
like, "I
stop.
never gonna
Never gonna
stop."
stop what? That's all it says, huh?
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder what the context of "I'm never
Exactly.
gonna
You
stop"
have no
was. Yeah.
proof.
I like how we don't have to do this with Reese because I think he said so many horrendous stuff on this podcast already.
No.
Like,
I'm Mr. Goody Two Shoes. I have no dirt against
yeah,
you.
you 100% have. I'm gonna cut right now. Horrible thing Reese has said in the last episode.
I said nothing.
And then his computer, which ran Windows 64, had like 30 terabytes of CP on it.
Small numbers.
Oh my gosh. Nothing of the like.
Nothing.
Nothing other
Yeah,
like.
sure. Hmm.
Oh man.
Anyways, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
All right, gotta wrap it up, Reese. Come on.
Okay.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah, leave a comment, please. And
Please.
we'll see you next time.